I'm proposing a motion at Vancouver City Council to bring forward a mandatory mask policy in Vancouver civic facilities. That would require people to wear them when they are at civic facilities like libraries indoors. As you know, Vancouver closed all of our civic facilities very quickly in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and so we saw the closure of facilities ranging from civic theatres to libraries to community centres. And as we start to open back up now, I think that the benefits are to have a safe operations plan, but to really signal consumer confidence and to lead by example and set best practices. Well, I think similar to TransLink, and I would say they did a good job in implementing their mandatory mask policy. They did a lot of communications in advance of rolling out that policy to let the public know that it was coming. And they saw an increase in mask usage even prior to the first day that policy was in effect. So from my perspective, good communication is really important, and asking people to do that because it's a best practice and we're interconnected, so what we do impacts everybody else. Well, I think with the COVID-19 pandemic, obviously the response has been evolving and we have learned more as we've gone through it. We do know from our health authorities that while they haven't mandated masks, they have indicated that masks are one of the most effective steps that we can take to prevent transmission, and particularly with respect to airborne particles. So I think given the fact that we're heading into the fall and winter time, and also the fact this is when most of our civic facilities are now starting to reopen across the city, it makes sense for Vancouver to look at this now. I think Dr. Bonnie-Henry is the expert, and I'd leave that to her. I think in terms of what's under the City of Vancouver jurisdiction, I do think that there's a real opportunity, as I said, to lead by example and make people feel comfortable again going back inside spaces. If you think about being in a library, for example, it's not always possible to maintain the recommended sort of meters of physical distancing. So I just think this is a good extra precautionary step for people to take and to give them that feeling of safety and comfort when they're out and about. And it's important that people do feel able to take precautions but still go out and live their daily lives. We will be sending, and I will be asking for this motion to be sent to the Vancouver Park Board, because they do have some of our key public-facing facilities like community centres and recreation facilities under their jurisdiction. So if Council passes this motion, I'd like it to be sent to the Park Board for them to look at adopting it as well.